Next, we go to Newark, New Jersey for a sentencing hearing. 37-year-old Amy DeGeese has been charged with leaving the scene of an accident involving injuries. 6 months earlier, DeGeese, a city councilwoman, was driving early one morning in nearby Jersey City. As she approached this intersection, she slammed into 29-year-old cyclist Andrew Black. Andrew was knocked out of his shoes, but somehow walked away from the crash without serious injury. DeGeese had a green light, but after hitting Andrew, a food delivery worker, she fled the scene. That's Andrew leaning against a pole as bystanders come over to check on him. 6 hours later, DeGeese turned herself in to Jersey City police. She was arrested and charged, and if found guilty, was facing up to 180 days in jail. Instead, DeGeese decided to take a deal and plead guilty. Today, she appears before Judge Chandra Cole to enter a plea and hear her sentence.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty? Yes. You'll have to tell me on the court's record exactly what it is you did wrong. What conduct you engaged in that indicates that you left the scene of an accident? Yes.
DeGeese's attorney, Brian Neary, asked his client a series of questions explaining the offense.
Now, upon going through the intersection, did you learn, in fact, that you had struck a bicycle?
Yes.
Okay. Now, at the time that you struck the bicycle, did you at all stop at that location to either report the accident?
No.
All right, or to render assistance to see if there was an injured party?
No.
All right, and in fact, that you left the scene, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Mr. Geis, you left the scene of the accident and you knew such conduct was illegal, correct? Yes.
The judge then asked the state for its recommended sentence.
At this time, the state would recommend a fine of $5,000 and also a suspension of her New Jersey driver's license for 1 year.
The state does not recommend any jail time, and defense attorney Neary argues against it as well, plus a lower fine of $2,500.
I would respectfully suggest there's no imposition of any jail term, and most importantly, in terms of fine, I would respectfully suggest the lower end of the range as opposed to the higher.
Well, Mr. Neary, I'm concerned. I haven't heard anything from you in terms of the lapse in judgment that's going to convince me that Ms. DeGeese will not be standing before me again. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Judge, when she realized the consequences and came back that same day, Judge, that can't be lost on us. So that instantaneous, with that soon thereafter recognition of the fault involved, I think the court can take into consideration.
When the defense is finished, Judge Cole addresses the councilwoman before making her decision.
At this time, Ms. DeGeese, I can't help but think about the what-ifs. What if during that moment, that lapse of judgment, something even worse had occurred, and because you left the scene of the accident, a more tragic outcome had actually taken place? Sentencing is as follows. Essentially, there will be a fine. That fine will be in the amount of $5,000. And there will also be a 1-year license expenditure. There will not be any jail time as negotiated.
Many Jersey City residents and officials have called for the councilwoman's resignation, but DeGeese has refused to step down. As for Andrew Black, he's fully recovered, but intends to file a $1 million civil suit against DeGeese, along with the city, county, and state for his physical injuries. Thanks for being a fan of CourtCam. Subscribe to A&E to never miss a new video and catch full episodes on aetv.com.